Because his love has been keeping us right from January, coupled in his goodness written in a diary. And all this he has done without collecting a salary. Celebrating his world. To us a child is born. Unto us a son is given. The government shall be upon his shoulders. His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. In my little discovery, I called him Alugbo Ojo. That is greater than Obasanjo. He's Oba Iku. That Oba Tingbra Dry. Even after the death of President Yaradua, he had been on the throne before the arrival of Mongo Park. He waits for no approval from David Mark. He is the Lord of all tribes. He had no tribal mark. Oba Deje Gudu Neja Nejenla Dedigu. Even after the death of Papa Dedigu, our God is Oba Tingbra Dry. Even after the death of President Yaradua, Alugbo Ojo is 10 or doesn't expel that of kingdom is far beyond that of Atiku. I called him the Lord God Almighty, Ogbonga in diversity, Odenshi in brutality, crowned in royalty. So let's bow in loyalty and worship his majesty. He never went to university, yet the capability of his mentality supersedes the totality of professors, even their conformity. At the mention of his identity, principalities and blessity, despite the density of responsibility, no vacancy for impossibility. I called him Rock of Ages, my dearest rock. He's more reliable than Assured Rock. He's Mr. Senobua that resides in Africa. Yet from here is present entirely felt in America. I mean the Lion of the tribe of Judah. He's more superior than the governor of Florida. He that is enthroned far beyond Washington's. He's more adorable than Denzel Washington's. In his sense, he holds a master key. That is to say, have better thing to offer than Alicia Key. My God that opened the womb of Ebaridu Mahana. He can do more wonders than Rihanna. In his own image, he made Adam and Eve. That is to say, he's more good looking than Genevieve. My God is Babak Balagba, that is full of mercy. He's more skillful than Drogba and Messi. He doesn't use GSM, Twitter, or Facebook. Yet millions of people call him, follow him, and seek his face daily in his book. He is Jehovah Adonai, my number one. He responds faster in time of trouble than 911. Ancient of days that uses no Google, yet he sees wider and faster than Google. I called him the Lord God Almighty. That can never be compared with Dr. Mighty. Our God is original Regedi Baba. He's more human than even Ali Baba. Messiah that lifted us higher. He's far lifted than Timaya. The greatest God with capital G. He's better in swag than even Terry Jean. The great master over Coco Master. Jehovah Nisidon, Jehovah Donjacity. I called him Jehovah God of 247. That can turn situation around before the count of 7. And still forgive your iniquities even after 70 times 7. The master of creation, that went from generation to generation. He died in crucifixion. Better chapter for your emancipation. Through his condemnation, you obtained divine justification. And before his ascension to his mansion, he made provisions for your vision. His your portion and possession in all ramification. The God of your commission, therefore knew you before your creation. Nothing like commission in his mission. Your present help in every situation. That lifted for a plane of position and set your foot on a higher position. The center of your attraction, the end of every discussion, beautiful beyond description, not limited by own imagination. That is why I want to tell you that in 2028, your help will not come from abroad, but surely from above. Because it is not by merit, but by mercy. It is not by class, but by Christ. It is not based on government policies, but God's promises. Not by university degree, but God's degree. He that can recharge you without charging you with any charge. He can give you more power than Jack Power in 24 hours to rise above every tower. For there is no light to better that scatter, that he cannot gather and put together. The Bible says, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From when cometh my help? My help comes from the Lord, able, stable, and unbeatable. He will never suffer your feet to tremble. For he that keepeth you will never fumble. Though rebel may gather round your table, no shaking, they will surely tremble and brutally tremble. For Jehovah God is most reliable. In him you overcome every trouble. Though your today may so tremble or tremble, no shaking, your tomorrow is made palatable. For our God is ever able and available to make you stable whenever you tremble. That's why I say aspire to acquire your desire which you admire. If by the road you perspire, do not retire, but refire to acquire your desire which you admire. Because in Isaiah, even Jeremiah, Nehemiah, Obadiah, Zephaniah, and Zechariah, it is the desire of Messiah to grant your heart desire. So when you aspire to acquire your desire which you admire,